So I've recorded Darth Vader playing the guitar. You don't believe me?
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Trust me, I have.
I'm not kidding.
Stick around till after the intro and I'll show you.
So I have a question. So I have a question. So I have a question. A question. So I have a question. Can three old farts make a record and get it into the charts without the support of a record label? More to the point, would anybody be interested in following that journey to see if we could? Would you? Not that we've got anything against record labels, but take a look at us. Who the hell would sign us?
So in this previous video, I pointed out that the guitars had been tracked with heavy breathing on them and that we probably need to re-record them. Now, several people had pointed out that it had sounded like Darth Vader had played the parts.
Now I am the master.
Master Shredder.
Here, have a listen. This part. Back to the first. And again.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Okay, enough of the Star Wars references. Even taking into account Keith's demonstrations in the previous video, we decided to retrack them. Okay, so as part of the preparation for Hard Times for mixing, I wanted to re-record some of the classical guitar, because on the original recording you could actually hear me taking a deep breath at the end of each phrase, and the recording's not very good, and I've had to use a lot of compression on there to try and get it to sit right in the mix. So we decided we're going to re-record it. So I thought we'd just have a look at the setup that I'm going to use. So I've decided I'm going to use the C1000 mic, and within this microphone there is a capsule that makes it hypercardioid, so that will stop a lot of the room noise. I could have used the 87, more of a wide capsule mic, and it is a brilliant microphone, but I think it would have perhaps picked up too much of the room, and especially having the drums in here, it might have got some of the resonances. So I'm going to look at how you set the recording of a guitar, acoustic guitar up, so we'll do that next. So when you start to mic up an acoustic guitar, the big mistake people make is that they think that they're going to put the microphone right in front of the sound hole. Well, actually the sound of a guitar doesn't come out of the sound hole. It's the whole guitar that resonates. And as I say, we could have used the 87 and maybe positioned it here to get more of the body of the guitar sound. But I want this to cut through the mix, and it can get a bit boomy. So I've gone for the C1000 to try and get a more direct sound. And you direct the microphone to this sort of area of the guitar, and that's then picking up the string resonance, the resonance of the neck, and the resonance of the body. And when we come to start to do the recording, we can adjust the distance, but usually that's about a good 8 inches just away from the guitar. And as I say, we've got the hypercardioid capsule on this to try and limit the sound field to this sort of area. So now that we've got the microphone set up, we are going to take, I know I'm in mic line 3 from the drum room, and we're going to go into the WA273. So this is a Neve style preamp, beautiful sounding piece of kit. So we're going to go into channel 1. We need phantom power. It's plugged in the back, straight from the patch bay. So we'll be going through and we'll set up the EQ once we've got everything sorted there, and then we'll be coming out of the patch bay, come out of the 73, and we're going to go into, where are we going to go into? We're going in somewhere. Line input. We're going to go into RME line input 1. Okay, Keith, do you want to just start playing? So we want to put a high pass filter on at about 100. Just take a bit of the bottom boom end off. I'm going to cut, put a low shelf on at about 200. Bit of a cut. I want this to cut through a bit, so bit of a boost at 3000, and then we'll stick a bit of air on it. We have a new track. And we're going to basically re-record these. Probably only going to have one track rather than 2. So I shall move that one, and we want to output this to our guitars. So I'm just adjusting the input gain on the RME, so just peaking a bit, and it's getting this fine balance between what's being kicked out by the preamp and how much gain we're putting. Now I could choose, if I wanted to, patch in either 1173 or the Tech or any that I've got a DBX 560 compressor. I could use the dynamic processor in the RME tools, but I kind of want to just get the natural recording, and then if needs be during the mix I can add a bit of compression and EQ. But that's sounding quite sweet. Good. Okay. All right then, Keith. Thank you very much. Ready for a recording. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can come back through with your coffee now.
Okay.
You sorted it?
Yeah.
Well, that's quite easy in the end then.
Power of a sandwich.
Well, what was it? Which button didn't you press?
It was setting in the Focusrite bit. Alright, right, I'm going to go and get this recorded and have my coffee.
Before one of us dies.
Hello, bastard.
Hello, bastard. Okay, let's go for it.
I can't hear him. Is that because it's muted?
No, just tell him. Yes, something's muted.
I can't hear anything. Should I be able to hear some guitar? I can see the fingers going.
Yeah, you should.
You won't be able
Maybe.
to hear
He thought he'd
I've
muted
the track.
Let's take the mute
Thing
off
to
for
the
a minute.
headphones.
Yeah,
Oh, we got
you
you.
won't be able to hear the guitar, that's alright.
Okay, well, I'll just take mute off so I can hear you. So I'll
Yes.
put the mute back on. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Right, so mute back on. Spacebar.
I find it pretty amazing that we're sitting here with all this gear. Because every time I hear this song, I just picture him playing my piano in the
So we cover up our
fact that something can come this far is just... So it's good that we talked about that. Just on one or two of those threads, you just manage to play the last note just right. One or two
Feel the need is all embracing.
I think Control S is save.
Yeah. What's up with him?
Okay, so now that we've got the guitars recorded, as you can see with this playlist, there are many takes, and the process now is to go through these takes and find which are the best bits. And the way we do that is we can solo each of the individual parts. What I do like to do though, for some reason it leaves the last recorded version at the top, and it's usually, so I just like to get that out of the way so I've got some space to work in. And then, yeah, it's just a case of playing through them. One of the things that I do actually do when working with the playlist, because there are so many versions, trying to remember which bit is good, which bit is bad, I can actually go and chop up the individual parts and I delete any that are absolutely rubbish so that they don't clutter up the choices I have to make. So if we go back to this first one, we knew that there were a couple of bits in there that were rubbish. So for example, I think this bit. Okay, so there's no way we're ever going to use that. Slice it, dice it, delete it. That way then I know that I don't have to listen to that part again. So by the time I've got, you know, way down the list of these playlists, I might have forgotten that that was a bad bit, so just get rid of them. And then to the next track. Now I'm not going to suggest that you sit through and listen to all of these. I shall do that for you. So if we just concentrate on this verse 3, I'll go through and let's just get rid of all the bad takes. Okay, so now we've got rid of the trashy bits. I'm now going to just take this section, so the first phrase, and out of the 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 recordings that we've got, pick the best one. Now it might be that I pick one where the timing's not quite right, but it's the nicest phrase fingered recording, because I can always just slightly change the timing. What I can't change is the quality of the recording, the tone of the recording. So if there's any string buzz or I fumble the picking of the note. That's a lot more difficult to correct, but timing can be. So we're listening really twofold: one for the quality of the recording, and try and get one that's, you know, good recording but also quite tight. Now the other thing I like to do is, once I've picked out 2 or 3 as I've got here, just to solo it. So on that one, got the breath before the phrase. I think that 11's probably the best. Okay, yeah. So we then take that, and so that's now moved that part into the main track. As you will notice, there is some noise on the track. I will clean those up a bit later. So now on to phrase 2. Shorten the So on this occasion I actually like 11. Now because we've moved the track up into the main track, I can just extend that because that is the same track. So now we'll do the third phrase. So 5, 6 and 7. I think it's 5. Okay, so we've comped that part together. Now there are still the original parts which have got the deep breathing on, but you can't really hear that with all the music. But if I now just use those as well, but take down their volumes and pan one hard left and one hard right, should give us a fuller sound.
Is all embracing, and so we cover up our lives, mumbling something about privacy. Under the glare of all these lights.
Now I just wonder whether I can get rid of the attack on this one. A bit more of a, see what that sounds like.
Under the glare of
That's good, that's good. Okay, so of course we would need to look at putting some compression on that and EQing it out so it's balanced, but we're going to be mixing the song soon anyway, so I wouldn't probably do that at this stage now. The other thing that we will need to do as part of the preparation is the fade in and fade out, and like here for example, just cut back the track, gets rid of all that noise and cleans the tracks up. So there you have it, Darth Vader plays guitar, and how we record and comp a guitar part.
The force is strong with this one.
I think also, if you're not in music production, you perhaps don't appreciate how many times you go over and over and over the same part. So if you're in music production and you understand the torture, please hit that like and subscribe button. And even if you're not in music production, you could still hit that like and subscribe button if for no other reason but out of sympathy. In the next Hard Times episode, we'll be looking at the expression function within MIDI, mainly for the strings. And we'll also be preparing the session for the final mix. So we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of The Making of